one interesting rule, and this basically gives us a certain insight into how things work. So an example of this is, let's say for example, you would like to highlight not just a cell, but you want to highlight an entire row, okay, when a condition applies. Okay, that would be interesting, right? So I mean, many times we might want to show to our client, say, okay, this is the row, not just that particular cell, so it is very easy for them to read. So let's see how that works. So here, for example, let's say we want to highlight all the rows where, let's say, profit exceeds maybe something like 200. Okay, that is the condition that we have, and let us see how to go about that. Okay, so first, let's first do this. So very simple. So conditional formatting, highlight cell rules is greater than, let's say, 200. Okay, and let's say this is the formatting that we want. Okay, now we want to extend that, and let's say if we copy paste formatting, what happens? Okay, we get a slightly different output. Here everything got sort of highlighted because I think it's probably applying it to each of the cells, but I'm not so sure why these got highlighted. Okay, we can actually check that, but we'll not get into it right now. Okay, because that will deviate us from certain what we are trying to learn here. Okay, so now again, just to go back, we want to highlight all the rows, okay, that have 200 or more profit. So now let's do that. So let's do this. So I will go back and just delete this one. All right, manage rules, clear rules, cells. All right, so this is what we've done. All right, so let's go back and do this. So we will actually use a new rule here, and we want to highlight cells based on their values, correct? Actually, let's do this. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, so the way we do it is something like this. We have to say if a cell, okay, by the way, when you are in this, you can either directly click on a specific cell and it will get that, okay, or you can also use this to sort of select a range or anything like that. I think we discussed this some time ago. So this is greater than 200. All right, so and let's set the format. Okay, this is the format I want. Okay, click OK. Okay, oh, what happened? Nothing happened. Okay, let us see what's the problem here. All right, so basically what this is saying is H4 is greater than 200. Okay, H4, is it greater than 200? No, and because of which the entire range does not get any formatting. Okay, let's edit this rule and let's say, okay, we want it above 100, and let's see what happens. Okay, any guesses what happens?
Everything going to go down to orange. I mean,
yes, everything is going to get highlighted. This is what our guess is. That's what it is. Okay, now this doesn't satisfy what we want. Okay, let's go back. Right now, we'll not change our rules. So we want to, sort of have at 200 and above. That's the threshold. Now what we'll do is, let's say we want to. So we will basically remove the dollar symbol for the arrow, for the row, right? And let's see what happens now. Okay, click OK. Any guesses what will happen now? Rows will get highlighted?
Only the rows which have more than 200 profit.
Yes, okay, there you go. Okay, so basically the way Excel is interpreting the formula is something like this. So where you have no dollar symbol for the row, basically it anchors the column. Okay, so the column is still, the column that is being referred is still column H, but it's like copy pasting that particular formula throughout, and everywhere it sort of copy paste. So for example, for let's say G4, it keeps referring to H4. Okay, for F4, it keeps referring to H4, and so on and so forth. But when you move, let's say this one, F5, it refers to H5, And if the condition is satisfied, then it will highlight it. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is so far as this one is concerned. But now let us see what happens when we keep the row highlight. Okay, sorry, row anchor, but we remove the column. Then what happens?
So it will check for the first row only, and based on that value. So our column D would be selected. Column F won't be highlighted. And similarly, I don't think margin will be highlighted.
Yeah, okay, I think that's nice. All right, okay, cool. We'll check that, okay, whether that satisfies or not. Click okay. So that did not happen. That did not happen. So why did this not happen? Let us check this, okay. So H4 is greater than 200. So H4 is actually not greater than 200. So basically, even if you change column, so basically the implication seems to be that so H, we are not expecting it to highlight. The question is, why did column D not get highlighted, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the thing. All right. Let's see. The formula would remain the same. Okay, I'll tell you what's going on. All right. So
Okay, understood. It will go to C first column, and it check for H column's value, and it's go to D column and check for I column value. It go to E column, check for J column value. Has for I, J, K, L, we don't have any values that it interpret as 0. So no formatting applies for D, E, F, G, and H.
Did everyone get that? I think Akhil, you may have to repeat that.
Okay. So first it will go to C column. For C column, it will be referring to H column's value, H column's 4th row value.
Yeah.
As if it is greater than 200, it's going to highlight C column. Then it moves to D column. For D column, has been moved one column up, so it's going to move H column to I column as well.
H column to I column.
I column, and it refers to I column's 4th row value. As we don't have any value, it interpreted as 0. If we could change I columns to 201,
okay,
then you will be seeing sales value.
That. Yeah, okay. So let's do this basically. So let's say this is 201. Okay, that got highlighted. So we'll begin. That's perfect. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay, all right. So here we had like 155. Oh, sorry, there was a formula. Okay. Yeah, cool. So that is so far. So basically, it sort of kept moving, right? So that's the thing. So this is how we need to basically. I think this is one area where basically, if you look at it in the conditional formatting again, you do not give you call it a formula. You do not give. So sometimes there is a difference between having the equal to symbol and not having the equal to symbol. Okay, so these things also we will sort of check in the next session. Okay, so this is one area that sort of keeps becoming dicey because it's not exactly how it works. And basically here you do have a condition, but you do not use if here. So the condition is applied without using if. Okay. Okay, so I think these are some of the things that I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, okay, all right. I think that sort of ends my session.